Good day, everybody. Today is the 20th of May 2021. Um, I'm not feeling so well about something today. It's really getting to me what they have done. As you know, I have been uploading information about my handicapped leg. First, it was the right knee, then it went to the left knee, and then it was the right hip, and then it goes to the left hip. So now I have visited the surgeon today, and he's telling me again about surgery in my hips. So I'm really, before he was saying that it was the knee. Either way, to get protests in my hips or in my knees, I don't wish to do it because I am very young. They did deliberately filming, causing me to be in this situation. And it's very bullyversing to me. It's getting to me now because they took away my uh, my ability to help myself. They took that away. For what reason? It was vindicatively done because I don't see the necessity in what in why they had to do it. But I will give you certain explanation as to why. And for me, it's just wicked and brutal. It is not thought through. It is very unbearable. It has been going on for years because I have seen that I have sent out letters to lawyers in Jamaica for the last 2 years. It has been going on. Okay, when I traveled last January, February, it was a little bit, um, so it is. I don't know where it. In February, I knew I had it because I was in Belgium. So I just don't understand. But anyway, for one, I'm very angry about it. For one, I was in an accident when I was 15 years old. Okay, I went back to Saint Elizabeth to spend with family. Unfortunately, I said hello to my cousins and I totally forgotten about the Browns family, which they are saying that I am Cheryl, the daughter, and the other one, Christine. So by not, I totally forgotten about them. Not that I am subjected to anybody, but they deliberately let me forgot because I am the kind of person who will go to all the houses and say hello. Um, but either way, it wasn't done. I did not say hello to them. When I was 40, so when I came back from St. Elizabeth, when I was 15 years old, I came back, went to Kingston to live with my uncle. I met in an accident on the way. Okay, I met in an accident on the way, and I had my knee bruises a little bit, and I think I had a scar over my eyebrow or something like this, and they had to stitch me up, and they came to get me. My uncle came, and one of the gentleman from the army, which was my cousin's neighbor from Saint Elizabeth, came and get me. So they got me and took me home. That was that. So it was a very significant bus crash because what happened was the guy beside me, he had minor injured, but the driver of the car, which was a man, a gentleman, if I remember correctly, a gentleman who he was slender built and he looks tall because he was sitting down. So I don't know. He looks tall. I was only 15 years old, so he was pinned anyway. There was an oncoming car in front of us, and apparently these cars having youngsters, younger boys, young men, going, I don't know, to wherever they're going, to the country area, most likely the beaches or something like this, on the north coast. So anyway, I saw the car waving, dilly dallying, as you would say, zigzagging into the road in front of us. Okay, this was like somewhere in Maypen. Apparently, we were on the highway. So he zigzagged his way up, and towards us. And I looked over, the bus was filled up. And so I looked over at the driver because I was in the front seat, looked over at him to see if he's going to brake or he's going to swerve left, for example, or to get away from the incoming car. Nevertheless, he reacted slowly, I think, because in a split of a second, the car dived through us into his windscreen, and I had to duck, like seriously duck, crunch my little self up. That's the best protection that I had. Crunch my little self up, and he probably swerved to the right, I would imagine, because when the car hit, it hit on the outskirts of the left side, and then I saw it twirling in the air and went over on the right side of the road, and it sits like this on the right side of the road. Okay, so I came out of the bus screaming like crazy because I was very young, very much in shock. The people in the back, they came out and they were screaming, and I was screaming louder than everybody else. I'm not gonna lie, because it was very traumatizing for me. And at 15, I was very young. So, nevertheless, it happens. So this is one of the reason why I'm telling you this now, that somebody, this is the second time I'm seeing somebody following me whenever I'm driving at fast speed, and it would appears to me that they are forcing me to get into a traffic accident, and I'm really worried. It has happened more than once of the occasion I have seen it, because I check my rear view mirrors. I check the inner and the outer. So I knew for a fact that somebody was following me, and I had made, I don't know if it's journalists or other, but I had made an alert to Mark long time ago, saying that someone looks like him. But, so that's like that one's incident coming. The other one is like one or two. The other incident is that my neighbor, first of all, I had spoken about this already. My neighbor is a guy, very tall and slender, I would presume, judging from what I've seen. He's in a wheelchair. Okay, he's next door to me. I was downstairs, and something bad happened downstairs, so I had to move up to another level, and I unfortunately was now beside close by him. Okay, it's somebody I say hello to just like anybody else. Nothing new. It so happened that apparently they are forcing me to speak to him of some sort. So anyway, one day I was downstairs and I saw him, and I probably, this was before I saw him, and I was astonished. I saw him getting into the car by himself from the wheelchair, and it shocks me to the core, because normally whenever I see people in wheelchair, they have a helper, they have somebody assisting them, and they have association here specialized to assist them. So okay, so this is one of the reasons where they vindicatively hurt me, because, well, psychology or not, because what happened is that I stood there, I was touched by it to say that he was by himself. For me to help him, I didn't know how to. I just have to look how it's going to happen, how he's going to get into the car, out of the chair, and I unfortunately stood there watching, and now I am crippled like him, so I have to be heading into my car like him. Just tell me how unfair this is. Young as I am, just tell me how unfair this is. When he is French, he's French, so he can call out to association just the same way that I have. Okay, I in the entire building, as I have said, there are women, single women here, and they are alone, isolated. Since I am black, apparently they're expecting me to be helpers to everybody. Somebody do not wish for me to help people. Okay, somebody do not wish for me to help people. So given the fact that I can't help them, I made it clear to the churches and to others what is going on. Now I don't have somebody to assist me because they were forcing the issue with a certain African girl here, and moreover, there's another one who is intimidating me or trying to intimidate me because she's going around dressed in a certain way in Arabic or whatever, because the community create this ambience where it is so negative, and it's just so frustrating, it's just so frustrating. I don't know, the black ones, they do not wish to be helpers. I don't know, or nobody don't haven't hired them. I don't know what's going on. The association, where I'm looking on the internet to find helpers, they are asking for twice the amount for 2 hours or something like this, and then the state reimburse you. For me, it's a stupid psychology, because you pay $50 and then they give you back $50 when you could easily pay $50 for the 2 hours or whatever hours. And I just don't understand. I don't know. It's just keeping you hostage. I know that they have to regularize certain things, but the way that it is done, I don't see the logic to it. So anyway, uh, seeing that I'm crippled, I have very difficulty getting out of the house from to get into the car. It's very painful. It's badly, it was really bad for the last couple, like the last 2 weeks. Okay, so the next version of the story, aside from this man, who I've seen with his chair. I made an alarm. I spoke to one of the women in the building, but she hasn't gotten back to me. She was hurt also. Um, but nevertheless, even if I wanted to help, I can't help, because it is programmed as such. And the manipulation, where, is as if certain black community, like the Senegalese or the Nigerians, they have certain privilege here, while I'm being suffocated and isolated. And I'm trying to tell Jamaica that if they are the ones who are doing it, you have to be polite with people. I speak to them, I speak to them. I'm not gonna say that I'm a big friend of theirs and we're loyal friends, but you have to be polite to people. I'm a stranger in this country. I do speak their language. I even speak better in certain cases than certain blacks. But the thing is, there is a privilege, I would imagine, because they have their community that deals with them, granting them certain opportunity, and Jamaica apparently doesn't give me that. Or I think America is here also bullyversing my life, because it is something that has occurred in Jamaica. Okay, it is something that has occurred in Jamaica, because they're brainwashing people about third party in a relationship. And I'm a very serious woman. There's no third party. And even if somebody flirt with me whilst they were in a relationship, he's the man. He take responsibility. And in certain cases, the wife upholds to this. This I have seen where the wives upholds to it, because they are all actresses and actors. So I'm not going to take blame for anything. And I'm not going to let anybody force me into anything that I do not wish to be into. Okay? So, now someone's supposed to be here next week. Let me see how that is gonna go. But I know exactly what they're aiming at. So anyway, as I said, this gentleman, he is now in a electric wheelchair, because the last one was the one that you manipulated with your hand, so he is now in electric and he's going around. So I'm just looking, so I'm saying, okay, fine. I also saw it on the internet where they are building cars, for a very wise purpose where they get into the back of the car with the wheelchair and get inside. So okay, but did I have to be crippled to know all of this? No, I don't think so. Now it so happened I have to be looking at the prices for wheelchair. The pharmacist tell me that it's roughly 17 euros per week. 17 euros per week for a wheelchair, and then to purchase is between 6 and 3,000. I don't know what she's if that's really the price. I asked her for both price, for the manual and for the electric. So the way that it is very frightening for me because like I said, I am an able-bodied person where I go around doing my own chores. I drive myself wherever I want to go. But this person who is very obnoxious, very vindicative, very hurtful, they're very one-sided because it has been going on for a very long time, and you can't say I'm not speaking out on it. I'm like condemned to the apartment for whatever reason. They all have their pretexts, but I'm letting myself be known to them. They have been lying that I'm a boy for whatever reason. It was not necessary. It was not necessary. I was blatant as day, because the other girls who are modeling, they are flat chested, and they're gonna twist it around, expose me because now I gain weight, expose me for them to continue working. Well, good luck. Good luck. It doesn't bother me that much. Good luck. But everything was intentionally done because they are very impertinent and want whatever they want. So there's another story where since I have been here for 21 years now, I was in the center of town, and like 15 years ago, or 15 years ago or something like this, I saw a man in a wheelchair. This is another event. I saw a man in a wheelchair trying to cross the road, and he asked me to help him down from the sidewalk, which I've never touched a wheelchair before. I did not know how to operate it, and so I didn't even spoke much French at the time. But I managed to pilot it around and to pivot it and get him down. He helped to explain to me how it's done. So I have to turn it around and get him down. So in order for him to cross, so it is so sad, very sad, inhumane that someone would do such a thing to paralyze me simply because I'm a kind-hearted person and I'm helping people. It's very heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking. I called out to the church some time ago. I said, listen, something is going on. I would imagine that the women in the church, or the men, they're not many, but the women would come around and find out what is going on. Whenever I'm sending out my letters for the longest while, nobody's really replying to me. Nobody is really replying. This has been going on for a long time. I'm sending out letters. I'm making people aware that I'm going through a heavy discrimination for the longest of while. Everybody is doing their filming. Everybody is saying that I'm somebody else, which I'm not, simply because of a hair. And regardless if I have short hair, then they fit me into a box anyway. They fit me into a box anyway, which I don't like. So I'm no longer in the system, as I told them. I'm no longer there. My private life should be my private life. I'm learning some things which are very shocking to me, very shocking to me, the way that things are programmed, the way that I am subjected, the way that I'm supposed to get involved or not involved. And they are not sending people who I wish to speak to. Regardless, maybe they don't want to speak to me, but at least give me the opportunity. They haven't, because the way that is done is that they are sending the big ones to them. They are sending the big ones. And the only way that a relationship works is unless I personally speak to that person and like him, but if it is forced upon me, it will never work. It will never work, because when you see people, you analyze them, you see their personality, you speak to them, you get their whatever character they have, etc. So based off certain things, if you don't like a person, you just don't like them, but they are stuffing me into something which I don't appreciate. And then there's the Brown story, where like I said, there's Christine, who is already in the house in St. Elizabeth, so there's no need for anybody to harass me. She's in the house in St. Elizabeth in Jamaica. Okay, unfortunately, I am here, I am black, I have the same name. Okay, I have the same name, but I am not her. I am much younger. When I had seen her, I was probably 6 years old. She was already probably in her 30s. She was probably in her 30s, and I have left Jamaica 20 years ago. So it's a long time. So they are cultivating this war for the longest of while, which for me, is just not necessary. And the Americans apparently, who have been so cynical, because each time I had gotten a job in Jamaica, I'm losing my jobs, and by losing it, now I'm hearing I'm supposed to be Jackie, I'm supposed to be Christine, I'm supposed to be the other one, and the entire house of the Browns family has been following me, which I had no idea. And they're copying me into these people. And then now it's thrown over to the black side, where there's also another brown in the same community. One has a shop, the black ones have a shop, they have their business. The other one that is white, they have their education. I would imagine that bears them fruit, you know but regardless of the black and white racism that I'm going through, it is very traumatizing for me, and I've just really had enough, really had enough. I'm heartbreaking to see myself in this situation, and to know that other people are also getting hurt. It is totally unfair. It is totally garbage what they're doing. The community, whosoever is doing it, well, it's different nationality, I would imagine. They need to fix their problem. Each country need to fix their problem, and stop bringing innocent people like myself into this. It is totally unfair. I haven't done anything wrong. People come here in this country for whatever reason. I am not here to. I help whenever I can help. If I can't, I can't. You know, there's no Jamaican here to help me, but there are Nigerians group. There are many Nigerian groups here, and I had made an alert already, so they can help their people. The Senegalese is the same thing. There are many here, whilst I'm alone here. So I am surrounded by all this hate, by all this prejudice. Is just too much, just really too much. So again, I don't know if I'm gonna move again. I don't know if I'm gonna move again. It's just really exhausting, just really exhausting. So I just want to tell you that offhand today, because I've just had enough. I've just had enough, and it's must stop. Bye.